Viewers, welcome to my channel. So today I will be discussing about Oracle database structured query language, what is an SQL, how to write an SQL, and also I'll give just a small idea about how the database operates, what are tables, what is a table space, what is a database, etc, etc. So there are a lot of information to learn from my vlog. So what you need to do before that, you need to watch my entire vlog, and please do like, share, subscribe and comment and let me know how you like the vlog, and please do put some suggestions if I need to do some improvements or I need to discuss about any other topics which is confusing to you. So definitely please do write the same thing in the comment section. Also, this is a theory session of the SQL, and in other vlogs or in some other vlog, I will definitely give you a practical overview of the theory session that I'll be discussing in this vlog. So without much delay, let us start the vlog. So today we will be discussing about a simple topic, that is database. And let me tell you viewers that the syntax which I will be using in this entire tutorial will be pertaining to Oracle database. Okay, so first of all, this tutorial is for newcomers or beginners who are interested to learn what database is and database programming is all about. Okay, so let me make you understand one very simple fact, that database has two kinds of professionals. One is DBA and one is developers. So DBAs are basically professionals who deal with the monitoring and the swift operation of the database, and developers are the professionals who basically write codes or programs. So this tutorial will mainly be pertaining to the developers area. Now, let me give you a very brief understanding about what basically a database is. Just a brief understanding. Suppose this is a big box and a big empty box. Now, if you fill these empty boxes with small boxes, and if you fill these small boxes with say few items in these small boxes, okay, then I will make you understand about in this concept which one is a database and a table. Okay, now when the box was empty, so that empty box is the database. Okay, the entire box is the database. The empty space is known as the table space, and these small boxes are considered as tables, and the items which are being kept in these small boxes are considered as records or data. So what basically the concept is? The basic concept is that there is a database which is being created first, then under that there is a table space which is being created, then under that a table is being created, and under that table records or data is being kept. Okay, so now this is the basic funda of any database. Now let me make you understand that how database operates. Only you need to understand this thing. I am talking it for the developer, the persons who want to be developers. Only you need to understand this artifact. So database operates as a three-tier architecture. Okay, so this is basically the user PC, or you can say the laptop, or the developer's PC or the laptop where the developer is performing the development. This is the middle tier server, okay, or which is known as basically the application server, and this is the database server. Database server. Okay, now what exactly happens? The request is being sent from user PC to the middle tier or application server. The application server sends the request to the database server. The database server works on the request and sends the results as a response to the middle tier or application server, and the middle tier or application server sends the response to the user PC or laptop. Okay. Now, this concept of sending the request and getting the response, okay, getting the response and sending the request happens in a client server architecture. People who are more interested into DBS, they get deep into these facts, and who are interested into the development side, they do not get much deeper into these facts, only they understand only this part, that how the database is operating. Now, developers, that is the database developers, have two kind of languages which they need to learn in order to develop programs in database. One is the SQL and another one is PLSQL. What is a PLSQL? We will come that later, but today we will start with SQL, with the very basics of SQL. SQL has many basic topics, but we will start only with the select, from and where by clause and where clause. So what basically are these? That we will discuss in this tutorial. Later on in the upcoming tutorials, we will discuss more into SQL, or you can say we will discuss more into the advanced SQL part. Now, the question is, what is an SQL? SQL is nothing but the full form of SQL is structured query language. Now there is a question that why it is known as structured. The reason is that whatever query you are sending to the database server as a request, and the database is retrieving the results and giving you back as a response, that query comes to you in a structured format. Structured format means in a tabular table format, which comprises of rows and columns. So which means that you are getting the data in a very organized way. So that's why it is known as structured. As SQL is only meant to query database, that is to ask questions to the database and the database gives a reply. So that is why it is known as query. And as it is a language, so that is why this SQL's full form is structured query language. Now, SQL has some basic syntax which needs to be followed. Okay, SQL is only meant to query. So it has some basic syntax which needs to be followed. Okay, so there are some clauses in the SQL statement. What are they? They are select, from, where, group by, sorry, this will be group by, having, and order by. So there are many more things, but these are the most commonly used clauses. So today we will only study about these two clauses, that is select and from. Okay, so in the upcoming tutorial we will study about where, group by, having, and order by. Okay, now, so as I said you earlier, that what is a table? A table is nothing but a container which holds the data, right? So suppose you have a table named students, right? And the students table has two columns, column 1 and column 2. Say for instance 3 columns, column 3. This student table comprises of 10,000 records, right? Now if we want to retrieve all the records of this students table, what would be the query? The query would be select star from students. Okay, now here I will elaborate it. Select means select clause defines or it describes that please select the columns and the data in the table. The star symbolizes that selecting all the records in the table. That is, if the students table has 10,000 records, this query will retrieve all the 10,000 records of the table. Now, from this basically signifies the data source. Data source means from where the data is being retrieved. So what is the container for the data? That is a table. So the data source is basically the table name, that is the students. Remember one thing, that select and from, these are the two clauses which are very, very vital in order to write any query language. Okay, but the rest of the clauses, that is where, group by, having, order by, these are optional. You may or may not use them according to the requirement. But these two clauses, that is select and from, these are a must use clause and a very, very important clause. So all the aspirants or all the, you can say, students who are need to learn database programming should learn from this tutorial about what select and from clause are and why they are used. Okay. Now, suppose this star, what I said, it signifies selecting all the columns and all the records of a table. Now, what if I want only to retrieve the records of two columns, that is column 1 and column 2 of the students table? In that case, you have to write like this: select column 1, comma, column 2 from students. This query signifies that only the records of column 1 and column 2, but not of column 3, will be retrieved from the students table. Also, this operator, the semicolon operator, is known as the termination operator. Termination operator signifies the end of this entire statement, which means in an English statement, how do we end an English statement? With a full stop. Similarly, here, in order to end a statement, we need a semicolon or the termination operator. So viewers, I have elaborated about the select and the from clause of the many clauses of an SQL query. So later on, I will definitely in some other vlogs, I will discuss more about the other clauses, that is where, group by, having, order by clauses, and I will deep dive into the advanced SQL portion only. So stay tuned to my channel and keep patience. Gradually, day by day, I will be discussing about all the topics of SQL so that you get a detailed knowledge from my vlogs. So please do like, share and subscribe my channel, and also do comment how you like the vlog, and if you have any kind of doubts, please do mention in the comment section. I'll try to clear all of your doubts. Thank you for watching my vlog.